Hello, Archer Travel, and thank you for joining me on your group's training today. The purpose of this training is to hopefully get some of these fabulous groups that Ron has taken out for you moving a little bit faster. We've currently had these groups out for the last 6 to 8 months, but at the moment we only have 2 cabins sold. So I'm hoping this little session will help you prompt promoting and selling these to your guests and getting more people booked in on these. So let's take a little look at what these sailings actually are. So your first one is the 11-day Japan on the Norwegian Jade, sailing on the 18th of October 2026. It is a Seoul to Tokyo itinerary, and we have balcony cabins available on the group allotment, which is the BA category, which is a midship balcony cabin. So pricing on this one is currently sitting at $6,574 per person, but the FIT rate is sitting at $7,382 per person. So as you can see, you have a massive price advantage against what guests can book directly. So it's a great opportunity to get guests booked in on this one. The next one is our 9-day Japan, again on the Norwegian Jade. We have 2 dates available. We have the 21st of November in 2026 and the 14th of March in 2027. This is a Seoul to Tokyo as well, slightly different itinerary, especially given that it's 2 days shorter. We have a couple of categories available on these sailings. So on the 21st of November, we have an OK and OF category. They are both ocean view categories. The OK is an obstructed view and the OF is a standard view, but the location is more forward or aft on that particular category. So the OK is sitting at 3,721 per person, and the OF is sitting at 3,784 per person. But when you compare that with the FIT of 4,666 and 4,696 per person, again, you are sitting on a massive price advantage. The 14th of March option, we have 2 ocean view categories again, which is the OF and OB. These are both standard ocean view categories. The OF is more forward and aft, and the OB is more midship. So we've got 4,355 per person versus 4,382 for the OB. But again, if you compare that to the FIT of 4,801 and 4,816, again, you are sitting on a nice little price advantage there. So any options you do, you know that you're going to have the lowest price available. The next itinerary is a 9-day Japan, again on Norwegian Jade, sailing on the 30th of November 2026. So this one starts in Tokyo and then moves into Hong Kong, but in the middle there you have a nice stop in Okinawa. And this is one of my favorite itineraries just because you can do mainland Japan, visit the island destination, which is highly underrated, and then you can finish off Hong Kong and do some extensions yourself. We've got 2 categories available on this itinerary. We have the OF, which is a standard ocean view category, positioned either forward or aft with a price of 3,642 per person versus the 4,395 on the FIT. So again, a nice little price advantage. You also have a balcony cabin available on this itinerary, which is our BA, midship balcony. Price sitting at 4,978 per person versus the FIT of 6,561. So again, a nice price advantage, guaranteeing you best price in market. And the last one we have available is a little bit closer to home of our 11-day wine country on Norwegian Spirit. So this one is sailing on the 12th of December 2026. We have ocean view cabins available on this group allotment, which is the OB category, which is a midship standard ocean view. Price is 3,416 versus the FIT at 3,533. Not as big a price gap on this one. Only reason is they have just dropped the prices on this particular itinerary. So you still have the best price in terms of what you can get FIT. It's just the gap is a little bit closer, but really nice itinerary for those guests wanting to stay a little bit closer to home. Now, I thought it'd be a good idea to introduce you to the two vessels that we have sailing in those regions. So starting off with the Norwegian Jade, she is what we classify as our mid-size ship in our dual class. Built in 2006, but recently refurbished in 2024. So really nice, fresh appearance. She is what we'd classify a more traditional style ship, with a lot more of those woods and traditional type experience. Guest capacity is just under 2.5 with 2,352 and an almost 1-for-1 guest to crew ratio with a crew of 1,037. So she is an amazing ship. You could put families on here. If you wanted to, there are kids clubs and some kids facilities, but it is more aimed towards the adult cruiser for those that want a nice intimate experience focused more on food, wine, and casual ambience. Great little vibe on this vessel. The next ship is Norwegian Spirit, and she is the one doing that wine country itinerary that I just mentioned. And this one is absolutely stunning. She is our oldest ship with a build date in 1998 and a most refurb date in 2022. However, in 2020, she was completely gutted and refurbed with $150 million renovation. So even though she is one of our oldest ships, she is looking like she was only built a couple of years ago. As you can see by the imagery there, she's got a beautiful modern atmosphere, and this one is designed with the adult cruiser in mind. There is no kids clubs or kid facilities at all on this vessel. So we are looking for a nice adult experience. So think fine wines, food, relaxation, sitting at bars, chatting with friends, that kind of vibe when you are on board. Guest capacity on this one is just under 2,000 guests with a total of 1,972, and again an almost 1-for-1 guest to crew ratio with a crew of 912. So amazing ship, really nice vibe on board. I've just been on her twice in the last month just doing some ship inspections, and I can assure you she is looking absolutely amazing. Now, how do we actually book these groups in? So I've got a couple of options for you. For those agents that are comfortable doing it themselves, I will take you through the booking process in the portal. But for those agents that prefer to have someone do it for them, you've got that option available to you as well. So I've highlighted the group IDs for you on the screen, so you can just call those numbers through. We've got our groups team there. Just call the number and then option 2, option 4. The groups team is available from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sydney Eastern Standard Time. Or if you call outside of those hours, our reservations team will be able to assist as well. They are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sydney Standard Time as well. You can also email the groups team. So if you've given them a quote or you've got a quote and then you've got names, you can email them and they will book it all in for you. So you don't need to do this yourself if you don't want to. We have a dedicated team located in Sydney that will be able to assist you with these groups. Now, for those that do like to do things themselves and get their hands dirty a little bit, this is actually how you book it in. So go to the Norwegian Central portal, and then on the main screen, you will have this come up, and you just need to click on the existing reservation where I've highlighted. Once that screen opens up, you'll put in the group ID, just where I've highlighted again, and click on search. It will open the group shell for you, which will look a little bit like this. It'll give you all the booking code or the booking numbers on the side there, and it'll also list all the categories. So for those that have different categories within the one shell, just pick and choose which one you prefer to go with. Also, under the guest name, as long as it is blank, that means there is availability on the group. If you ever see a name filled in there, that means that particular cabin space has been filled. So just check out for those couple of things before you jump into the actual booking reference number. If you would like to just quote your guests, you just click on that booking reference number and it'll bring up this screen for you where you'll be able to break down the gross price, net price, and work out your commission due. And then if you just needed to quote it at this stage, you would just go back and jump out of the reservation. However, if your guests are happy and would like to proceed with the reservation, you would just need to click up the very top into edit mode, go to the guests tab and fill in all the guest information. There is also option here where you'll select the cabin number as well, so you'll have full reign of whatever's available in this particular category to choose from. Again, if you were comfortable quoting yourself but not comfortable actually going any further than this, then you can just email the groups team and they will book the rest of it in for you and send you your booking confirmation. So you've got that option available to you as well. But for those that could like to proceed, you just click in as I mentioned, and then the booking will hold as normal. Now, with these particular groups, you will have our free at sea amenities included, which is the unlimited premium beverage package, the specialty dining package, the shore excursion credit, and the Wi-Fi package. The third and fourth guest isn't applicable to the group, but you will have the rest included. They are also entitled to a $100 USD onboard cabin credit, and all the gratuities are also included. These won't be visible in the booking yet, as they will all be added on later at a later date, but you can be rest assured that all these items are included as part of your group's contract. And if you have any further questions around these amenities, please feel free to reach out to me or the group's team and we will guide you through. The next thing I just wanted to bring to your attention is our Cruise First vouchers. So on groups, the deposit is typically higher once it is named, and we require $300 per person. Or you can offer them one of these coupons, bringing the deposit down to a total of $150 and giving them an additional $150 off that group price. So these vouchers work in lieu of the standard deposit. So it'll still ask you for that $600, but if you put this voucher down, you don't need any other additional deposit. These vouchers can be purchased in the system as well. But again, if you're not comfortable issuing and applying these, just give the res team a call and they will issue and apply them to the booking as well. By using these coupons, your commissions are not affected. It's just a great little extra selling tool to get group bookings across the line by reducing the deposit further and giving them that extra $150 off the group price. So great little incentive there. But please use our groups team, reservation team, and myself to your advantage. We are here to assist you. Groups are not scary. They're really easy and straightforward, and there's some great earning potential by booking into them. So hopefully this little training session has been useful for you. But if you do have any further questions or you'd like anything clarified, as I said, please reach out to myself or the groups and reservations teams, and we'll break it down a little bit more for you and help you guide you through it and get more names and commission earned on these groups. But thank you for your time today and happy selling.